1. On the night of my 7th wedding anniversary with my ex-husband, I was surprised when a man resembling Hugh Grant invited me to dinner for the first time. He was an important client of mine named Hugo, so I accepted his invitation without much thought. To my surprise, Hugo reminded me a lot of my ex-husband. They were about the same age, had adorable children, and both had successful careers. But what struck me the most was that they both pursued other women while they were married. Our conversations revolved around topics I love: history, literature, life, reading, and even politics. Few of my friends share these interests. I wondered if Hugo was actually interested in these themes, or if he was just to please me like my ex-husband. 3. One evening, as we walked together after work, Hugo found a quiet spot and suggested sitting there. Though I felt a little worried, I still agreed and engaged in a conversation about the Communist Party. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew, and he immediately took off his coat and asked me if I was cold. I declined his offer, thinking that although this move was a bit old school, I believed it would still capture many women's hearts. After that, he gently tidied up my hair and looked at me deeply. To avoid embarrassment, I gracefully excused myself and left. 4. When I told him I would close my business and move back to Hong Kong, he said he couldn't bear to leave me. He proposed having a farewell handshake, then he held onto my hand tightly and began to stroke it gently. I withdrew my hand and placed it casually on the stool, as if this was the most natural and comfortable position. I deliberately asked him about his wife to remind him of her, but he said his wife complained about him. He described his wife's personality as completely different from mine. I kept trying to be a perfect wife: no complaining, no jealousy, no yelling, or any controlling behavior. My ex-husband used to say I didn't act like a wife. It turns out that a perfect wife is not considered a wife at all. How should a perfect wife be? 5. With abundant rose petals on the bed, they kissed passionately, caressed each other tenderly, and were intoxicated by the heat of love. At this very moment, the woman took out a pair of sharp scissors from under the pillow and abruptly cut off their relationship. Blood covered the floor, and he didn't understand how things could end like this. The woman began humming along to the lyrics of Carmen. L'amour, 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 and danced to the rhythm of the music, dancing alone with a red Spanish fan in her hand.
Just when you think you have it all figured out, the story takes a shocking turn. Do you want to know the true meaning of love? How hard should we try to find love? This is a thought-provoking novel explores the power of love, self-discovery, and acceptance.
Now visit FlingFM and enter the story title to listen the full story for free.